Hello friends and welcome to Review Maza. Today we are going to discuss about UV barrels and we are going for a live transmission today. So I like to tell you what different types of UV barrels are and what are the problems we face with the UV barrels. First of all, first most important thing is the UV barrels are made from aluminium, the best UV barrels which are used by good companies like Kent and Aquaguard. The big companies they use good quality aluminium UV barrels. So because of that, what happens when a UV barrel is used with good quality aluminium, the life of the UV barrel itself it extends. With if you use a poor quality UV barrel made up of some other metal like uh, different kinds of metals, then the problem is that there is some rusting caused into the UV barrel and it may start to leak. Okay, and second thing, there are very different kinds of companies that are making UV barrels today, and the main cause of a UV barrel going bad is that there are leakages happening at the point of connections, and major problems faced by the customers is that sometimes the barrel starts to leak from inside itself because of the gasket that is used inside the barrel gets ruined. Sometimes also what happens while we try to insert a UV tube, sometimes we tend to break the UV tube because of the gaskets also inside the UV barrel. So it's very important that you should use a good quality of UV barrel for your customers. So what which company are there so can be used for the customers? So I've been using UV barrels. I'll show you how much UV barrels I've wasted. I've got over here. You can see I have wasted a tons of UV barrels and struggled a lot with this problems I'm facing since. So basically there are many 3 to 4 types of UV barrels. First one is this kind of UV barrel in which you can put directly the pipe over here in and out. Another one is this stem type of UV barrel in which you can put a elbow and connect the pipe. So I feel that this kind of stem kind of UV barrel I face the lowest possible damages or lowest possible leakages with this kind of UV barrel with a stem. This kind of many times I faced very problems of leakages and different new problems. So, with regards to company, it's really difficult to find a good company making good quality of UV barrels. But I'll suggest you personally, there is a company called Good Life. Its UV barrel is costly and it makes very good quality UV barrels. If your customer is willing to pay you more, you can go ahead with Good Life UV barrels. There are very good quality UV barrels I have used till date, but the problem is that customers require very cost effective UV barrels. So many a times we do not purchase good quality UV barrels, but it doesn't matter. After all, it is just a container because the main thing that is going to work, the performance is based on the UV tube itself. So UV barrel just is just a container. There are different kinds of UV barrels in which the UV tube goes spiral. This pipe it's going straight like this over here and coming out, but in some UV barrels it's going spiral. That's called a spiral wound UV barrel that gives greater efficiency because the water is exposed to the UV tube for a longer duration. So what it makes it the bacteria in the water are disinfected to a greater efficiency because of the exposure of the water towards the UV tube. So if you buy a UV tube that is allowing water to go very fastly, then the efficiency of the UV tube is reduced. So friends, it is also important that you should opt for a UV barrel that will cause the water to pass slowly, not fast. The more the exposure to the UV light, the more the purification will be there. And UV barrel does not affect the life of UV tube because there is no physical contact of the water, because water is flowing from the outer vessel, whereas the UV tube is immersed into inside. It is having a glass chamber which is completely isolated from the outer side of water. So there is no physical contact of UV tube and water. It's only in this glass, only the light is passed, and that helps the bacteria to be killed. So friends, UV barrel does not affect the life of UV tube or the efficiency. Yes, efficiency it will affect if the water is passing very fastly, the efficiency will be reduced. If you use a spiral wounded UV barrel, that means if you can see through this tube, a very small opening will be there, so that water passes slowly. Yes, friends, and as I said, UV barrel does not affect the life of UV tube. So UV life of UV tube is totally dependent upon the brand and the UV choke that you are using. So friends, I hope I have explained you something about UV barrels. As I told you, I don't have enough brands that I can suggest you. I personally use a local brand called Clean Bean, and I also use Good Life membranes, and I also use some local suppliers also. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channels because I try to bring every day good videos for you regarding water purifiers and technologies. Another questions, friends. This barrel is of it's for the domestic use, 11-inch barrel, and there are bigger tubes also, bigger barrels also available, but for domestic use we only use this much only. So friends, hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.